North twisted uncomfortably on her plastic chair. "I'll handle this," Angie whispered to Officer Childs, who eagerly left as she slid into his vacated seat. "So, Miss Stone." Her tone was clipped and formal. She reminded North of some of her more competent teachers during her time at Millwater Secondary, but thinking about school made her think of the Kelly from the past, and she couldn't do that. Not yet. Not when there were so many questions about the present left unanswered. "As I was telling your colleague," North adjusted herself to match the female officer in stature. Though she was much shorter than Angie, she could still push her shoulders back and lift her chin. She wanted to look confident, especially when everyone was treating her like she was broken. "Kelly Orton did not kill herself. It's impossible. Someone put her there. Someone killed her. This is a murder case." "Someone killed her?" Angie arched an eyebrow as she gave a sympathetic nod. "Look, Miss Stone, I know that this must be an extremely trying time for you, given how close you were to the deceased, but—" "She never went jogging!" North slammed her hands against the table, all pretense of appearing composed abandoned. This was her friend they were discussing. Her best friend in the entire universe. As soon as the news had come in, North knew it wasn't true. When her parents disappeared, she'd felt it from the top of her head to the tips of her toes. But when they told her about Kelly being found on a jogging trail in some nearby woods, North felt nothing. There was no tingle of truth running through her body like some water diviner. "You need to start looking for who did this to her, for who is to blame." "I could show you the pictures." Angie cocked her head at her, her green eyes crinkling sadly at the corners. "The pictures from the crime scene. Would that help you get closure?" "What? No, I mean—" "She was found hanging from a tree, Miss Stone. It appears that she laced the rope around the branch and executed her own intentional fall. Please excuse my bluntness, but I fear that some of the facts might not be getting through to you. There was a rope around her neck marked with her own fingerprints. A dog walker found her at approximately 5:36 a.m. The coroner's report claimed that Kelly had been dead for at least 2 hours prior to discovery. This leads us to believe that she visited the jogging trail during the cover of night to avoid being seen, or stopped." "You're wrong." North clung to her conviction, regardless of the evidence being thrust towards her via Angie. Since reading the grim details in an online newsfeed, North knew they were false. Nothing about the discovery of her friend rang true with her. "Kelly is the happiest person I know. She's the brightest star in the whole damn galaxy." "She was," Angie quietly corrected her. "I know how difficult this must be for you. Kelly was your best friend. In cases like these, loved ones are often racked with guilt, wondering how they missed the signs, wishing that they could have done more. Kelly did not hang herself. She did not go out to some piece of crap jogging trail in the middle of the night to end her own life. She just wouldn't do that." North balled her hands up, letting the tips of her nails create crescent moons in her palms. "People aren't deliberately leaving you." Angie gave North a long, level look. It was a look North was used to seeing on the faces of teachers, then co-workers. A look filled with fear and sympathy. A look that said, "I'm sorry all this crap happened to you, but I'm kind of glad it wasn't me." In Millwater, North was a cautionary tale. She was the girl whose parents went away and never came back. People liked to blame her preoccupation with the stars on a reluctance to accept her own dire reality. Kelly never felt that way. She admired North's obsession with all things celestial. And now she was gone, and the whole world already believed it was suicide. "This isn't about my parents," North raged. "I know that your grandmother died last year." Angie kept her voice soft. "You must be feeling pretty alone right now." "This is about Kelly." North was on her feet, the rage setting her body on fire, making it impossible to remain sitting down, to pretend to be civil. Here was an officer of the Millwater Police Department refusing to acknowledge that a terrible crime had been committed. Kelly Orton would never, ever go jogging. Not that Millwater PD had much experience in dealing with cases of this nature. Most people left